Hey, Jack Squad. How everybody doing? Hope all is well, and I hope you're making it happen for yourself. Got to make it happen for yourself. I need you guys to hit the like button. I need you to subscribe. I need you to comment, right? I've been looking at some very interesting stuff over the last 24 hours, right? That I'll probably talk about later on this week. Because it came to me that the reason why I looked at Charleston White, I got a whole different take on him, right? Not different, but I got another take on him. But anyway, I'm gonna talk about that. Later on this week. Anyway, don't forget to, like I said, like, share, comment, subscribe. All of my social media stuff is down in the description box. And I hope y'all going to TikTok and liking my TikToks. That's all I ask, is that you like them, right? Just like them. Even if you don't like them, okay? I ain't doing nothing, just trying to stay busy. Let me tell you what I've come to notice, and I really noticed it lately. Because of the pandemic, and for you that been watching me from the beginning, y'all know I was very afraid, right? And I stayed in the house when I lived in Charlotte. When I moved to Charlotte in January of 2020, Corona came in March. I had just started working. They sent us home. So I literally sat in the house for 2 years, with the exception of going to the store, and I went to a comedy show once. But and I was frightened because nobody had on a mask. This was right after the vaccination. This was the next year. So what I've come to realize is that prior to the pandemic, I'm very sociable, out all the time doing stuff. Now I have become very comfortable with being in the house, right? And that's not a good thing for a single woman. It's just not a good thing, right? Because you'll be single forever if you don't go outside, right? So I'm dealing with that dilemma, right? And it's not that I'm afraid anymore. I'm not that afraid. I'm cautious. I'm not afraid anymore. It's just that I've become comfortable, right? I have literally become comfortable because the things I wanted to do, especially when I moved here, a lot of it wasn't open, like churches and stuff. Certain events are open, but it's super duper crowded, so I have to weigh, am I going, am I not going, I'm going to start the skating lessons, I think today. If not, it'll be next Tuesday. And I'm going to find me a bowling league. Those are two things I'm going to do so that I can be sociable, right? Because clubs, even though I go out, I've been out several times. They are a little too crowded for me, right? So I have to find some other avenues of socializing, right? So I just wanted to say that, just get that off my chest. Anyway, y'all, what I'm talking about today, let me look at my notes. Am I talking about love and marriage, or am I talking about married to medicine? I think that's what I'm talking about, married to medicine. Married to medicine is what I'm talking about. Listen, y'all, for the life of me, before I even get started with this, don't understand why somebody just don't check Heavenly the right way. I don't understand it, right? And Jackie seems to cater to her and coddle her and, talk real nice now, Heavenly. You can't talk to Heavenly like that. You about have to punch her in her eye, right? Because she's totally disrespectful. Concerning Contessa and her husband's situation, listen, if your girlfriend tells you something or she's ranting about her guy, that stays with y'all. Number one, it don't go on your YouTube channel. It don't go out to social media. It don't go anywhere. That stays with you. Number two, if they resolve it and fix it, or even in your eyes, you don't see it resolved. But if your girlfriend says it's resolved and things are getting better and we're going to therapy and things are getting better, leave it at that. Don't keep bringing that up every time we in a setting. And that's what Heavenly does. She keeps bringing it up. She keeps wanting to hurt her. And I'm going to tell you what I think it is, okay? This is what I think it is. Y'all know I'm a deep thinker, right? So there's a lot of doctors on there. Heavenly and Damon, that's his name? Damon? She call him Daddy. I think his name Damon. Are doctors. She's a dentist. He's a doctor. Everybody else just has one doctor in the family, except for Contessa and her husband. They're both doctors. And I think, and Contessa's a beautiful woman. She's smart. She's educated. I think that Heavenly is jealous of her. Flat out, period. I think she got close to her because Heavenly doesn't have friends. You got to beware people don't have friends. That's a scary thing. She got close to her, found out her business, and the moment that she wanted to, she turned on her, right? Even though Heavenly, they have allowed Heavenly to talk about them from the beginning. Now it's hard to stop. It's just like a moving train. It's hard to stop it, right? You take steps to stop it. And Contessa, I like the way Contessa cusses her out, but Heavenly, they let her overtalk them, right? You got to stand toe-to-toe, eyeball to eyeball with her. And what happens is she'll get up and go with daddy. You know what I'm saying? You're going to stay right here and take this chicken. That's what you're going to do. And that's the part that gets on my nerves. And I think that's why I hadn't been talking about it, because I get tired of seeing that. I watch it. I like it. Again, it's a black reality, black excellence. Heavenly is the denominator, the common denominator with all the mess. Now, she mixed that up with Quad, and I like Quad, and Anila, and then they double team Toya, and I think they're all upset that Toya don't have to work. Everybody else got the hustle. Quad had a husband. She got the hustle. She worked a job. That she was on TV. That went away. I don't know what else she's doing. But she got her a beautiful home. She had to hustle and get that up, right? Toya don't have to do nothing. And I think, see, everybody need to learn how to stay in your lane. Do what works for you. Don't worry about what's going on with the next man, right? If I got to hustle hard all day, I've been hustling all my whole life. If one of my friends don't have to do that I ain't mad at her. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at her. Everybody got their own path. Everybody got their own lane. Stay in your lane, drive your car, right? The problem that I see is that it's probably because it's a lot of women. It's a lot of cattiness, and it's a lot of, I don't want to call it jealousy, but it's something. And I think when they get mad, they don't let it go. And the problem is Toya opens up her mouth. I think Quad is still mad because Toya said, your little townhouse or something like that. Now, I had never seen a 4-story townhouse. I thought it was fabulous. I didn't see it in real life. I didn't see it from the outside, but the fact that it's 4 stories, I thought that was fabulous, right? And I think that statement is what drove Quad to get a home. Besides the fact her brother died and she had more people in her house. But I think that's it, because she had a rant and a rave for an hour on the show. Now, I had to get all that out before I give the synopsis of the show, because I think those are the underlying issues. Like I said, if your girlfriend tell you something about a man, that don't stay forever. If the man is working on himself, he's working on himself. You're supposed to applaud that, congratulate that. Not every time you say, well, don't tell me. You the one told everybody. Let it go, Heavenly. Heavenly is not happy unless she got somebody to pick on. And I don't think she's going to pick with Quad, but Toya, because Toya will throw her hands. Contessa is a professional. I don't think she's going to do that. She can, but I don't think she will. But she will cuss you down. That she'll do. So this is what I think is going on with that. And quite frankly, what I don't understand is how Heavenly is with such a man like Damon. Mild manner, but you know they balance each other out. But and Heavenly will say, I'm sorry, and then keep doing it. Remember, way back, she used to talk about everybody's mama, your mama, your mama, your mama. She stopped that. Now it's this. It's always something with her. For you to have everything that you have, be totally happy, have the best marriage, why are you so angry all the time? Why? What is inside of you? Are you still that fat little girl that nobody didn't like, so you don't like the other girls, or you pick a target? Because Toya is the target. Toya is the target with all of them, and they got Anila on that side because Toya and Anila fell out. And Toya is the one that brought Anila to the group, right? I don't know if Simone and Jackie are the voices of reason, right? And every time there's a new girl, then there's a problem. Because remember, Heavenly didn't like Contessa. She kept calling her Coon-tessa. You remember that? And then they get the new girl, and they had to turn the new girl against Toya, even though Toya opened her mouth and said, you're not a real lawyer. Like, Toya, you don't have room to talk. I'm not mad at a person who don't have to work. If you don't have to work, fine. I think that's beautiful, matter of fact, right? I ain't mad at nobody if they don't have to work. If they're mad, listen, they look stupid, going from house to house to house every year, every 9 months they in another house, that's stupid. But if that's what they want to do, why y'all mad at her? That just shows Toya's power of her puss. Right? So anyway, let me get with that because I just had to get that out because that just gets on my nerves. Like, ain't nobody stood up for real. Contessa will stand up and then she go run away and start crying. I ain't crying. I'm standing flat-footed right here looking at you eyeball to eyeball, and you gonna stop that. I'm gonna punch you in your eye. Now, they ain't supposed to fight on there and they got security and all that, but I would at least tell her that. I'm gonna tell her that. Off camera, I'm gonna beat you. Off camera, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna be at your house. Call the police now. Because Heavenly just won't stop. She won't stop with Contessa. If Contessa and her husband is working it out, and they look happy. I follow them on Instagram. They look happy, right? They look happy. She's a beautiful woman. She's accomplished. She's smart. Like, she's everything a guy would want. He corrected himself, just like Cecil corrected himself, just like Curtis corrected himself. I tell y'all this, men are not the brightest. I don't care if they're a brain surgeon. When it comes to relationships and bonding and forging good relationships, they don't have that all the way. I don't know if it's the caveman mentality. I don't know what it is. They have to lose it or almost lose it to see what they have sometimes, right? And generally they lose it. What I like about this show is as a collective, they keep these relationships together. Heavenly is the one-on-one keep talking about Contessa. I see that on the next show, Toya's husband Eugene have to check Quad and say, quit talking about us. Leave us alone. And she sit there and look stupid. You had your husband. You didn't want him. And the first step he made wrong, you got rid of him. Right? That's a question, y'all. I'm going to have that as a discussion today on my live. Is the first time cheat grounds for dismissal? Or do you work it out? Right? Anyway, I just had to get that off my chest about them people. So they're still in the cabins, and they're resuming the conversation with Toya. I think it was Toya, Simone, Contessa, and Quad. And Toya says, you quit assaulting families. You've been doing that for a long time now, right? Then Jackie brings in an erotic educator. Now, this lady believed in twosomes, threesomes, and she said moresomes. That's an orgy, right? I don't know how healthy that is in this day and age, but whatever. But she was telling them, how to have better sex or how to have different sex and so on and so forth. She had a lot of ideas for sex. And she gave everybody a gift box with toys. I guess toys was in there, right? Now, this is what I want to know because, listen, I like Quad. I like Quad. I like her a lot. She's one of my favorites. Matter of fact, Simone, Quad, I like them all about the same. Contessa for Heavenly and the new girl. I don't know the new girl yet. But Quad is one of my favorites. Now, when she said, this is what the problem I have with this show. A lot of times for me now, I don't want to talk about sex in mixed company, meaning men. Now, if it's a couple situation, fine, I guess. But why is Quad there? Quad is not part of a couple. I know it would be wrong to exclude her, but that can make... If I was Quad, I would be uncomfortable. I would be uncomfortable. And that would make things a little uncomfortable. Like Curtis said something that was a little off-putting. It just makes it uncomfortable to me, right? Not wanting Quad to lose her bag and nothing like that. Maybe you need to go upstairs or something when they talk. I don't know. I just think that's a little odd, right? So then Jackie has the talk with Heavenly, right? But Jackie goes with the soft approach. That's her personality. That's fine. And then Jackie and Simone talk about what happened. And Simone feels like I feel like it's over with. And, if I tell you something as a girlfriend, and they say that's what happened with their relationship. If I tell you something as a girlfriend, that's girlfriend talk. Don't blow that back out. And if I say I'm doing better, then I'm doing better. Let it go. Jackie says, well, she told everybody about it. Okay, that was then. This is now. Don't keep talking about something that ain't no more. That's what I'm saying, right? Heavenly wants to keep poking the bear. Now, Toya told Heavenly to grow up, right? Scott has been in therapy. He's evolving. But Heavenly wants to keep him in that place. And that's what a lot of people do. Wherever your bad spot was in life, a lot of times people want to keep you there. They don't want to acknowledge your evolving or your growth or your maturity or your change. They want to keep you right there. And I think that's something to do with them, not you. Because a lot of times when people want to keep you where you was, it's so they can feel better about themselves, right? They don't want you to feel good about you. They want to keep you beneath them. I see it all the time, right? And I think that's what's going on with Heavenly. Because Heavenly and Scott are a good-looking couple. They're both doctors. They have their practice in the office. It's a dream life. And Heavenly wants everybody to think her and Dr. Damon are the best. And they may be. But you got to be cautious of such a mild-mannered man like that, right? Does he ever break? Because see, he's an oxymoron to me because you know why? He's a cute. Dr. Damon is a cute. That's in him, right? I can't believe you go around your brothers and you just sitting around mild-mannered talking. I don't believe it. At some point, he gonna have enough of that. And we seen it, a little piece of it, couple episodes back, right? He's a wonderful guy. I like all the husbands on there. Because what I like is they're human. They messed up. Collectively as a group, they got them back together. And the one get together that I really like is Cecil and Simone. They were going to divorce, and right there before our eyes, that group put them back together, and now they have celebrated 25 years of marriage. Okay? They're beautiful people, beautiful kids. They're doing well. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. And Simone don't have a problem with telling you about yourself. That's what I like about Simone. She's college educated, but she can go gutter with you. That's what I like about Simone. Jackie, on the other hand, she don't go low. She like Michelle Obama. She don't go low. I like that. I like that. I like that, right? And anyway, I don't think Heavenly was ever her friend. Like Heavenly said, I roll by myself. See, she's happy with that. Got to be careful of those kind of people. You got to watch out for them, right? Now, the husbands go off and they discuss the ladies. And Toya confronted Quad about the rumor. Quad says it was brought to her. She spread it, but she didn't start it, right? And then they had some words, and they got mad, and they separated, right? Now, what I like about Toya is Toya stands her ground and holds her own. She don't flinch, she don't move, she stand right there and say what she got to say, right? I like that. And like I said before, Toya don't have to work or hustle or do any of these things. And they try to demean her and belittle her. Just because she don't have to work, don't mean she's not a human, don't mean she's not worthy of anything. She's raising 2 boys, and quite well, I might add, right? That's hard. I wish I could have stayed home with my kids. They might be better off, right? But I had to work, and I had to work 2 jobs, and I also partied. So, you know, you can't belittle what somebody does do or does not do in your eyes. She's doing what works best for her. She ain't went to college. I don't think she went to college. She did. She probably didn't finish. But she's doing what works for her. She married a man that could provide. Okay? That's what she married, a man that could provide, and he is going to provide. And Eugene don't seem to have a problem with it. Now, we all think he's working himself to death, and Toya working him into an early grave. But Eugene don't have a problem with it, right? So that went all wrong. And Quad ran it and raved for about an hour about who she is and what she did. She's proud of herself, and she should be, as she should be, right? But that don't make the other person who didn't do that less than you. Everybody's path different. Toya ain't got to do that. She ain't got to do that. Eugene bought her 1,500 houses, 5011. Remember we say that 5011 houses. And she ain't lift a finger. She ain't got to do nothing. But whatever it is she doing to make him do what he do. Okay? I like to know where Quiet live. But I think a lot of these folks live behind gates and stuff. Georgia's full of trees. I've never seen this many trees in my life. Now, I was in Charlotte. Greenery wasn't like this. Georgia's full of trees. Full of trees. But anyway, then Jackie says, well, we got to call some help. So they called a group of ministers in, right? And they decided to have church outside. I don't know why they had it outside and it was chilly, but they decided to have church outside, right? Now, what I thought was funny was Karen, that's his name, Karen, Anila's husband. He was excited. He had never, if you've never been to a black church, it's an experience, especially a high-spirited black church. It is an experience. Those are the kind I like. That's what I'm looking for now, right? I need all of that. I need the praise and worship. I need devotion. I need the singing. I need the word. I need the ushers. I need the mothers. I need the deacons. I need the nurse. I need all the components I need there at the church, right? That's how I was raised. That's what I like. That's what it is. And so, again, this pandemic thing has changed churches a little bit. They're not going as long, I guess, to keep, keep everything down. Some churches you go in, you sit every other row, which is fine. The churches are not overcrowded. They're not filled like they used to be, right? And I understand that. But you don't need a lot of people to praise the Lord, But anyway, they had church, and that was good. But Karen, he was excited about it. He had never seen that before. Now, then, they were saying, how the pastor says hug somebody, do all that. They did all that. And then at the end, Heavenly says, had the nerve to say, I don't remember the context it was in. I just wrote it in my notes because I couldn't believe she said that. Had the nerve to say, Contessa stabbed her in her back. When you the one told Contessa business, she confided in you. People don't be thinking they don't be on the same wave. They just don't be on the same wave. Contessa ain't stabbed you in your back. She just ain't allowing you to stab her no more. How about that? She's not allowing you to stab her no more. Okay? So anyway, y'all. It's 12. I got to go. That's that on that, y'all. I keep watching it. I like it. I watched Love and Hip Hop Miami, and then right after the reunion came on with Tamar. I think Tamar did a pretty good job as a reunion host too. I may talk about it, I may not. But anyway, y'all, everybody be cool. Don't forget to like. Hit the like button for me right now. Hit the like. Okay, don't cost you nothing. Hit the like button. See y'all later. Be good.